into the purchase of a storage shed. Did we find out where it's at? So the storage shed would be located in your parking lot. We're at 200 Henry Johnson Boulevard. The second request is from BGS to transfer $115,500 from 3 accounts. Those funds would then go into 4 separate accounts. So starting with the 3 accounts, the first is contracted services like waste collection in the amount of $15,500. Contracted services / fleet in the amount of $75,000, and other equipment in the amount of $25,000. Those funds would then be transferred into replacement and equipment with a total of $3,000 going into that line. Miscellaneous with the total of $12,500 going into that line. Motor vehicle expense with a total of $75,000 going into that line, and contracted services / capital bills with a total of $25,000 going into that line. The purpose of this transfer is to cover quite a few expenses, and you each should have received the spreadsheet with all of the expenses listed. Any questions about that? The next request also from DGS seeking to transfer $20,000 from their other equipment account to their supplies and materials account to cover the increased costs associated with grassland, and that's a vendor that we use on a regular basis. The next request is from Cultural Affairs seeking to transfer $15,000 to contracted services to the Tulip Festival account to cover the remaining expenses for our 2023 Tulip Festival. The last transfer request is coming from APD seeking to transfer $180,000 from 3 separate accounts into one. The first is longevity pay / Central Station in the amount of $55,000. Longevity pay / South Station in the amount of $55,000, and longevity pay / neighborhood engagement in the amount of $70,000. Those funds would then be transferred into the motor vehicle expense account to cover vehicle leases through December 31st.
We have budget. We wanted to release the cost of leases for this year.
Yeah, so some was included, but they ended up leasing more vehicles than originally contemplated. And like last year, the vehicles got canceled because Ford wasn't making any police interceptors. So they got kind of like a double amount all at once.
Okay. Thanks.
Other questions about this item? No? Okay. So we want to transition to increase appropriation. We have one item here, and I want to just congratulate the water department on the grant that they received from DEC. The purpose for this item is funds that will be needed for the design phase of the one of the dams. So it's dam improvement. And what you will see when it comes to the expense side, so an increase on the expense side in the solid supply reservoirs account in the amount of $515,400. Subsequently, what you'll see on the revenue side is a decrease in the amount of $100,000 from the New York State DEC grant account, as well as the unassigned fund balance in the amount of $415,400. Any questions about this particular item? Okay, the last item we have is our legislation for the resolution from the Common Council that was passed last month. A resolution of the, was it last month?
Yep.
Okay. A resolution of the Common Council authorizing the city of Albany to accept grant funds from and enter into a contract with the State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation regarding the restoration of our roof here at City Hall, and that's resolution 747123R. But there are, of course, budget implications. Any questions regarding this resolution?
Make a motion for the agenda. Second.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the agenda from our city secretary, Thomas Park, second from our council president, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, so that we will sit on the approved agenda, then we have a rush motion. Meeting, do I have a second? Okay, motion from our city secretary, Thomas Park, second from our council president, Corey Ellis, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This concludes today's Board of Estimate and Apportionment meeting. Thank you very much for your time. I'll transition over to our colleague from the clerk's office. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Friday, July 7th, 2023. I was the Board of Contract and Supply meeting. For today, we have present, we have, everybody left. Yeah.
Have a quorum. Yes.
We have
Joel.
Joel Stetson in for the budget department, Darius Shunfire, city treasurer, Robert McGee for corporation counsel, Randy Milano for city engineer. First item on the agenda, the Department of General Services is offering the following: resolve that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bid the following: purchase for tulips and flowering bulbs, excuse me, set proposals to be received at the board at the regular meeting to be held Tuesday, August 8th, at 1:30 p.m. Bid deposits required. Next item, we have the Upper Madison sidewalk improvements. Bids to open. We have a bid submission from Trinity Construction. Base bid is $503,613. Allowance for wood is $60,000, and the total bid is $563,613. And bid bond is included. The next one we have from Newcastle Paving. Lump sum base bid is $1,085,562. Allowance of $60,000 and a total base bid of $1,145,562. And bid bond is included. There was no bid submissions for the building materials and associated materials. The following resolution was offered on behalf of Albany Water Board. Resolved that the Albany Water Board approves change order number 4 for the Marlboro Court and Northern Boulevard improvement contract with WMJ Keller and Son Construction Corp., decreasing the amount of the contract by $22,569, with the new contract amount is $596,431, and the completion date remains the same, and that is June 15th of 2023. That concludes the agenda items. Can I get a motion to accept the agenda?
So.
Second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. That concludes today's board and contract.
Need a gavel.
Meeting. I need a gavel.